What's up, everybody? This is Joe from the Acceptable Casualties. We're back with another January channel update. Let's go over some things that we got lined up for the next month, and then some other ideas and stuff that I wanted to bounce off you guys. So we'll be back in a second to kind of go over what's going on with the channel. All right, guys. So we're here to do our January channel update. So a couple things that we wanted to hit on was going to be possibly a new shooting schedule, or well, shooting for us is going to be viewing for you guys. We're going to, I think, move some things around and kind of try to get a more stable lineup for during the week once we start bringing in some of these new projects. So start looking for probably, I'm guessing, to the middle, probably end of February, you're gonna start seeing the days that these videos are gonna be dropping on. Are gonna be changing up a little bit. So on Mondays, most likely we'll be shooting and putting out our tactics videos, our army showcase videos, and then some of our product reviews. So those are gonna be usually slotted for Mondays. On Wednesdays is going to be the new day that we're going to be doing all of our Flames of War, Hail Caesar, like any kind of historical battle reports. Those are going to be weekly on Wednesdays now. And then on Fridays, we're looking at adding Judge Dredd. If you guys haven't heard yet, we're gonna be doing a Judge Dredd miniatures game on Fridays. That's pretty much going to be every Friday from I guess the end of February, beginning of March, until we get sick of doing it and move into something else. But we're actually having a blast, like learning the rules and playing in the background right now. So we're gonna be doing like a mini narrative-driven campaigns for Judge Dredd on Fridays, and that's going to be our shoot schedule and release days for all the videos for the upcoming months. I don't know how long it's going to go. It depends on if we add some new stuff or if we decide that we get sick of playing some things, we end up switching some other stuff. The channel itself is still going to be mostly based around historical wargaming, and Friday, like I said, is going to be Judge Dredd. We might be trying to work some other stuff in there too, maybe some new games that we want to try, or some stuff that we want to that we do play but don't really kind of fit the groove of the channel. So that's going to be kind of what Friday is. I would like to add another day, but I just don't have enough time on my schedule to get that much wargaming in and put it out there for you guys. You know, I got little ones running around and other responsibilities. So this is probably what it's going to look like for the near future. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. If you don't think that I'm putting up videos anymore on Tuesdays or anything like that, all that stuff's going to be changing probably in the next couple weeks. So just kind of bear with us until we get into that new groove. Another thing that we wanted to go over was version 4 of Flames of War is coming out. Everybody's getting ready for it. It's like pretty much a month away at this point, maybe a little bit longer than that. I'm not really going to go into any reviews or any opinions or anything like that. I had a couple people ask me, send me messages. They're asking me, you know, what I think or anything like that. I really don't want to get too much into it because I don't have the information in front of me right now, and I don't want to get all worked up about one thing and then it ends up being totally not what it's going to end up being in the future. So what I'm going to do for all you that are asking or curious as far as what I think and everything like that, I'm not doing anything building up to version 4 at all until that new rulebook drops and I get it delivered to my house. And once I get it delivered to my house, I'll do like a full review front to back about some of the things I like, don't like, how it's going to affect how we play our games and things of that nature. I mean, we'll probably, like I said, we're going to go in and we're going to take the channel into version 4's direction, and we're going to give it an opportunity, probably like, a month or two, see how it feels, see how it plays, see if we really, really like playing it that way. And if we don't like it as much as version 3, we might work in some old school version 3 games if it really does feel like a drastically different game. But we're still gonna try to roll with version 4 and make the best of it, because that's what the community is going to be playing. And like I stated in some earlier videos, that's the path that we're going to end up going down. So yeah, version 4, probably not going to see anything on that from our channel, at least until middle of March. What does it drop? Like March, I think like March 10th or 12th, or it's somewhere in there, like that second week of March. Excuse me. So keep an eye out for that. What we might be doing though, leading up into version 4, I know right now for me, a lot of my purchases and stuff like that, you guys aren't really going to see them right now, but it is going toward getting Judge Dredd set up for terrain and the gaming mat and some of the armies, and a lot of the stuff is going toward that right now. But in the next upcoming weeks, you guys, you're going to see some product reviews and things like that that are kind of getting us geared up to go into V4. We're going to be playing still late war. Not jumping into any of the mid-war stuff for the new releases like the Brits or Rommel or anything like that. I've decided I'm not going to do that. But what I might do, start getting my Russians built up to maybe do some early war or mid-war stuff with them and start building up some options for that, as well as expanding a little bit more on some of just my Russian tanks and armor and vehicles in general. I already have enough infantry; I really don't need it anymore. So you'll see some Flames of War stuff come out as far as that goes. But like I said, nothing for version 4. Another thing I wanted to bring up to you guys, and like I said, this video is going to be much shorter than they usually are for the channel updates. I just only had a couple things to really talk about for this month because we don't have a lot going on that's going to be out of the norm. So another thing I wanted to hit on for you guys is some new games that we were kind of looking to play, or some games that we play that we might start throwing out on the channel. So like I said, Friday is going to be our like non-historical day, you know, like I said, Judge Dredd, stuff like that. Some other games that we play behind the scenes that we don't put on the channel just because, you know, we're basing this as a historical wargaming channel. That's what we play mostly, but we do play other stuff. But I just don't know if it's stuff that you guys want to watch or you care about, or if, you know, if only like 10 people will watch it and it's really not worth the effort of me editing and shooting and doing all that when I could be playing or putting some other stuff up that you guys might be more interested in. So some ideas I wanted to bounce off of you guys. Are you guys interested in seeing, like, we played Dreadball a little bit. I know shooting and editing it is going to be a little more difficult and getting that up, and it wouldn't be a regular thing because it really is extremely labor intensive on the editing end for us as far as what we want to do and present it out there. I just don't want to do just like static video and you guys watching us roll dice. If I was going to do it, I'd kind of want to make it a little more entertaining for you guys. So it would take a lot, maybe like a month every 2 months, we'd be able to put something up. So if that's like something you guys are interested in, or if you're curious about seeing it, we have a blast playing it. It's a ton of fun. It's I mean, check it out on Mantic. I don't want to butcher the explanation because then I can go in for like 10 or 20 minutes on that. But I guess the best way to describe it is if it's a futuristic sports game, super fast-paced games you play within like 45 minutes. If you like Blood Bowl but don't like the amount of time it takes to play a game of Blood Bowl, Dreadball might be right up your alley. Like I said, it's like 45 minutes to play. Rule set's really quick and easy to learn. There's like over 20 teams. You have options to hire in like MVPs, which are mercenaries. There's different kind of pitches and different kind of game styles that you can play on. It's a really fun game, really easy to get into. I think you can get a buddy, the starter set, and maybe some extra other stuff for like $100. I mean, like it really is a really cheap buy-in. And they have the new version. It's supposed to be coming out, I think, in June or July. They have an updated version with the rulebook, but all the models and everything and the core game itself still going to play the same. So if you picked it up now, like, you know, 75% of the stuff that you have would roll over into the new release with the new rulebook and all that other kind of stuff that goes into it. So let me know if you guys want to see some Dreadball. Some other ideas that I was thinking about and I was bouncing off between Vin and I. So we were talking about doing something a little different too. We were looking at like that Walking Dead game from Mantic, and then there's Project Zomboid from Warlord, and then I was digging around a little more, and I found a thing called it's a game called All Things Zombie, and it's mostly like, you know, I'm trying to say it's RPG based, kind of it would be like an ongoing story and stuff like that. But the more I was looking at the rules, it's set for 15 millimeter, so the way I could work it, if you guys still like the historical feel, I have a ton of extra models that I can base, and I found some World War II, like zombie Nazis, zombie German citizens, just zombie Soviet soldiers, zombie American and British. Like, there's tons of stuff like that, and I can rebase some of the extra models I have for regular soldiers. I was thinking I could do like a World War II themed, like, you know, 1946 kind of feel, like It's All Gone to Hell. For that, if you guys are interested in seeing something like that, that's a little bit different, but still kind of themed in the World War II like feel. So if that's something you guys are interested in, like I said, let me know in the comments because you know, that looked like it would be kind of fun and be kind of easy to put together. Something a little bit different to kind of break up, just like the weekly historical feel that we're doing here, but still kind of have a connection to it. So that's something you guys might be interested in seeing, or some of those other games that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Let me know. Some other stuff that Vin and I have been talking about on the historical side of it, we're going to be we're talking about maybe getting the black powder. I know Civil War is something that Vin really wants to do. I'm kind of interested in it too. Like, I like Civil War stuff. I mean, like, the history for it's really cool. But we're going back and forth right now between Napoleonics or Civil War. The reason I was thinking more Napoleonics because I already have all the terrain that would already play into it. Just pulling off a lot of the World War II buildings that I have, they're pretty similar as far as the look of the game and the feel of the game. So it really wouldn't be that much of an investment to get into that from what we already have. Whereas if I ended up doing Civil War, I'd probably have to buy a little bit more terrain and mix things up a little bit. But I'd be willing to do it if enough people out there wanted to see that come through. You know, the downside is it's only north versus south, so you don't get a lot of variety as far as armies go. But you can do, I mean, it was what, 4 years of war. I mean, there's a ton of different options we can do for different battles. There's a lot of stuff that we can do in there, and I know Warlord has the Black Powder book, and then they have an expansion for, I think it's called Glory Hallelujah, for the Civil War. They say it's actually like a really, really, really good book. So I was thinking about doing that as well, as far as expanding our historical games. If there's any other stuff that you guys would want to see as well, like I know, let me know. I'm trying to think of some of the other historical options. If you guys can think of any, just like I said, put them down in the comments or just send me a message. I was on vacation for the past week, so I haven't really been able to be up to the minute with replying back to you guys. I'm still trying to catch up to some of the emails and some of the messages on the videos and stuff like that, so just kind of bear with me. But that's kind of just what I wanted to hit with you guys. Yeah, we're running pretty good right now as far as time goes. So yeah, that's kind of the things I wanted to hit on was the new schedule, version 4, and kind of what we have planned for our Flames of War stuff coming up for the next month, and some of the new games and new ideas that we wanted to kind of bring to the channel. Kind of just mix it up a little bit and give you guys a little more variety. So like I said, if you guys got any ideas as far as what you want to see or some changes on what you see from our videos, let me know. Oh yeah, before we go, one more thing. I've been doing more of the stuff posted up in HD. I know I had a couple people asking. This was a couple weeks ago, and I started making the transition now to put everything up in HD. So I just want to know from your guys' end if it makes a difference or that much of a difference for you guys as far as viewing, or it really doesn't matter too much, based on how I was posting in the beginning. Because for me, like, the upload time is like drastically longer to have to do it, which isn't a huge deal. But if it's not that much of a difference, there's no point in doing it. But I just want to know if the quality of the video in the past couple of weeks has been noticeably different or still kind of the same. So if you guys can let me know that would be awesome. But that's really all I wanted to hit on for this video. Like I said, let me know what you guys think about everything that we're doing, some of the ideas that we have, and then maybe some stuff that you guys want to see or some ideas that you have. Just get in touch with me. Like I said, I'll fire back at you guys right away whenever I have a minute to. So thanks for watching the channel update, and just stay tuned for some of the new stuff that we got coming out. Thanks.